Hey guys, welcome to Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric Hobbs. Today we're talking about Mizzou and their win Saturday in Starkville over the Bulldogs of Mississippi State, 39-20. Before we begin, I need you guys to do me a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel, find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Spotify. Okay. Missouri came into this game, looking for 10 wins, but after the Carolina loss, the playoff seemed like it was done. Third loss, a lot of people didn't think that would be a thing. And people questioned, how would Missouri come into this game mentally? The first quarter, big chunk of it, they looked disinterested. They looked like they were just going to roll the helmets out there and we'll get this win over this terrible team. They can't beat anybody and we'll go back home. Mississippi State came to play. It was their senior day. They want to win a conference game. And yeah, it was terrible. The start was just horrendous. The offense did nothing. The defense gave up everything. It changed though on one play, that scoop and score, Dalen Carnell, huge play there. It woke the offense, woke the entire team up really. And well, from that point on, I think the teams kind of reverted to their normal mentalities. Missouri of, all right, we got to fight on our hands. We're going to be okay. Think of how they've been over the past 2 years in close games. The Carolina game being the big exception, but how many have they won in the past 2 years that were dogfights like that, right? On the other side, Mississippi State, thinking they got a chance, they're dominating, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute, we're losing 7-3, even though the other team has negative total offense. Missouri was winning 7-3 with negative 3 yards of offense. For a Mississippi State team that hasn't won a conference game, that's that's frustrating. That's demoralizing. And I think it kind of broke their spirit and let Missouri wake up and get into the game. If not for that play, it may have been a very different game and something that Missouri could have lost. But after that, it was about what I think most people were expecting. The run game, that woke up. Stretch play sometimes was there, but everybody knows that's what Missouri does. So you saw a little bit more Marcus Carroll, a little bit more in between the tackles. Carroll with 3 touchdowns. He, huge game out of him in that regard. The yardage total not huge, but he always gets you yards. And Missouri just said, all right, fine. Maybe we're not going to get huge chunk plays all the time, but we're getting something every time. And they still got chunk plays. Make no mistake. They ran for over 200 yards. And the run game was dominant. Brady Cook, not dominant, but 15 completions for 268 yards. Kidding me? That's fantastic. That is chunk plays that Missouri was not seeing much. Think of that deep ball to Marquise Johnson. It was beautiful. And then think about the touchdown to Luther Burden, which is just insane. Those are plays you haven't seen a whole lot out of Missouri this year. And I mean, it's second to last game of the year. So better late than never. But I don't know. It's one of those where half joking, half not. You wonder if, well, Brady Cook's overthrowing guys so much all year long on deep balls. Maybe with his ankle hurt, doesn't have all his strength in his plant foot or whatever. Maybe he's throwing as hard as he can, the same whatever, but there's just less power behind it. And now it's perfect. Who knows? Probably not, but I maybe. You never know. I guess the joke will be Brady Cook gets healthy for the bowl game and then he's overshooting guys again in the bowl game. We'll see. Hopefully not. Um, but yeah, 5 incompletions, 268 yards. That's fantastic. Not fantastic was Missouri's pass defense. Now, let's be fair. They gave up less than 200 yards passing. You take that all day. At the same time, how much of that was Mississippi State missing throws with a freshman quarterback out there? How much of it was actually Missouri's coverage. Not much. It was clear what a focal point of the Mississippi State game plan was, and that was pick on Nick DeLoach. They got away from it just as the game got out of hand, but they picked on him and they were effective. DeLoach, whether it was just a single move, a double move, a hitch, out route, the first touchdown, either like a skinny post or a slant, he was like two steps behind. That's tough. Missouri going forward has no choice, I think, but to play more zone, more safety help over the top, cover two, and just try to hide their problems with the corners and then go shopping in the portal in the offseason. I think that's all you can do. Otherwise, yeah, playing man with these corners, not a good idea. Again, less than 200 yards, so you don't want to get too picky, but it's a problem. Going back to the run game, I just have to. Missouri possessed the ball for more than 41 minutes. And especially in the second half, they said, all right, we've been effective. We're just going to grind this down and dare Mississippi State to stop it. And they couldn't. So Kirby Moore, Eli Drinkwitz said, all right, fine. Here come Nate Noel. Here come Nate Noel, Marcus Carroll. Joel Roberts got him some carries. All effective. You are concerned about Kwan Lacey just because he appears to have such a high ceiling. Looked like he may have got concussed. We'll probably never hear about it, what the injury is. But he had one carry. It was a nice carry, and then he got his bell rung. And broadcasters said he looked dazed and not too sturdy on his feet. So we'll see. Um, I think that's more for the future. But point being, everybody was effective running the ball. You saw Brady Cook running the ball. First design run for Brady Cook since maybe early in the Auburn game. So that's encouraging to see for Missouri that he may be healthy enough that that's part of the offense again. And if they do it right, like they did in 2023, where instead of a key point, it's that play that you run when nobody in the stadium remembers Brady Cook can run 2, 3 times a game, it's huge. All in all, Missouri finally looked like what we thought they'd be. 39 points. We thought this would be one of the best offenses in the SEC, maybe the country. The offense has been the problem for most of the year. And the defense, 20 points. It's solid, not dominant. Run defense, pretty good. They gave up yards because they gave up some chunk plays, but plenty of dominant plays. It was one where, yeah, the defense just did enough to let the offense just take over. And that's what we thought we'd see all year long. Saw it in this game. Whether we see it against Arkansas in the bowl game, we'll talk about that as they come. Quest for 10 wins still alive. And that's not nothing. And especially with the insanity we saw this weekend, who knows? What if Missouri is like 18 in the rankings? You never know. I'm not predicting it. I'm not saying you should get your hopes up, but Missouri could actually end up being one of those first couple teams out if there's more chaos. And it's rivalry week coming up, so you never know. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got a lot of videos coming out. We're just getting started on this Sunday, me filming. Coaching changes, basketball, lots to talk about. So to keep up, make sure you check out Under the Arch Sports. Thanks for watching.